This is 5 Minute Feng Shui, episode 19, Losing Weight with Feng Shui. Welcome to the 5 Minute Feng Shui podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and an abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easing for Wealth. Each week, I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help you improve your life, share inspiring stories, and always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away, and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that could change your life. You know, one of the most common resolutions at the New Year time is always about losing weight. And I think it's really interesting how we put the emphasis on losing weight instead of gaining skinny. I think we should gain things. You know, we want to acquire things, and we want to acquire being a size 8 pair of jeans, or a size 6, or whatever your optimal size is. But yes, losing weight is one of those things that we often think about, particularly around the new year. But you know, Feng Shui can actually be used to help you lose weight. In fact, one of my favorite clients that I had, she and her husband, I think it was in 90 days, had lost a combined total of almost 90 pounds together. And it was using some of the tips and ideas that I'm going to share with you today as we talk about how you can use Feng Shui to create a slimmer you, because this is really what we want to do is we want to get skinny, not lose weight, but get something. So let's put the focus on acquiring a new figure, new size that we're looking for, and create a slimmer you with Feng Shui. So one of the things that I've always said is maybe it's not what you eat, it's where you eat that's keeping your weight up. And I find that by making some Feng Shui changes that to where you eat, you can also affect your weight, you know, because a lot of people struggle with it. It's just not an easy thing, you know. Gaining the weight is easy. Losing it, not so much. You know, many times we try everything, but we don't stick to it. We can become discouraged when diets don't work and our resolutions fail. And if that's happened to you, well, then maybe you should put your house on a diet instead. And I like that idea. I hope you do too, because if your weight loss attempts have been unsuccessful, if you've been a frustrated dieter, you're going to be glad to know that you can make some small adjustments to your home to help you succeed in that battle with weight loss. You know, your body is your spiritual home, and it holds your inner energy, but your house holds your body. So when you think about applying changes to your home for your weight, it's not such a stretch, because the idea behind Feng Shui is that our homes are another way of reflecting our lives, and the way our homes look or are arranged and that kind of thing, that it will actually, you know, that it reflects in our success, how much money we have, and so forth. So I don't find that this is such a stretch to think that the way our house is could actually affect our weight. You know, interestingly, many people find that when they clean out and clear out excess clutter in their homes, they also feel better physically. I went through a process of getting rid of absolutely almost all of my possessions, except for what could fit in a small storage room. And it was amazing. I dropped, I think it was 10 pounds almost immediately. It's amazing how that works. You know, Feng Shui is just another way of achieving what you want in life, whether that's attracting a love interest or a new job or losing weight. I'm a big believer that we're all products of our environment, and if our environment is stuffed, then we will be too. You know, every scientist understands that all the energy in the universe is either a positive or a negative. And the same is true in Feng Shui. And they look at energy as either yin or yang. And yin energy is that dark, cold, passive energy. Yang or yang energy is light, warm, warm and active energy. And balancing the two complementary but opposing energies can produce results that we want. And their harmony is crucial to good feng shui. So with these ideas in mind, it is possible to succeed with your weight loss goals if your diets so far have failed using, and I believe that we can use those positive and negative energies of feng shui to help you succeed. Now, one of the things that has occurred today is that too many houses have yin energy, and yin energy is a house where there is lot, maybe it's too much stuff. You've got clutter places, you've got stuffed drawers, that your closets are rammed full, and then we have the kitchen, which is excessively yang because it's got the stove in it and so on. And so what happens is you've got this really yang kitchen, and then you have this really yin house. So if too much attention or yang energy is given to the kitchen, excess weight can occur in the form of like appetite stimulation. Conversely, if the house suffers from too much clutter or it's too dark, then the house has excess yin energy and the body responds in kind. So you can get it. That's where you can have where both you are overstimulated in one area, your appetite, but your body is understimulated. It's really easy. One of the simplest ways to lose weight is just to focus on making the kitchen a little bit more yin to suppress the appetite, and then fuse the rest of the house with yang energy by raising the energy, reducing clutter, that kind of thing, that idea, to raise your metabolism. So let's talk about some of the things that you can do around the house that will help hold down some of that yin energy yang energy in the kitchen and boost the yang energy in the rest of the house. So one of the things that comes up is color. Now, many times in a kitchen, if you think about like fast food restaurants, they use a lot of red and gold, like McDonald's. So we want to avoid using red and yellow colors in the kitchen. If you have kitchen counters, kitchen cabinets that are red colored, or you've got red paint on the wall in the kitchen, that stimulates your appetite and keeps it going. It feeds that fire. Yellow is another color that does that as well. These colors are active yang colors, and they stimulate your appetite. And another color that is stimulating, white. Think about those restaurants that you go to with the big giant white plates. White is actually a very stimulating color. So if you have lots and lots of white plates, you might find that you have especially if they're large, big white plates, you will often find that like gourmet restaurants have those giant portions on huge white platters. And that's also very appetite stimulating. So we want to look at having a kitchen that has some blue colors or any kind of watery type of color, so that it's not overstimulated. Even like gray colors would be good. Gray is not exactly an appetite. I mean, what gray food do we eat? We don't really eat gray food. So we want to kind of tone down some of the excess color if you've got red, gold, or really white colors, lots of white colors. You also want to use yin, like even black. One really super easy way to help with your appetite is to buy blue or black plates, and these plates will help hold down your hunger, make you feel full faster, and the yin colors in the kitchen will help lower that energy level in the kitchen so that your appetite isn't overstimulated. Another thing is many times we come into our homes through a back door, and that opens directly into the kitchen. Well, if this is your situation, or maybe you have a den or a family room that's connected to the kitchen. It used to be rooms were very separated, and we didn't see the kitchen all the time. And again, I always focus on that. Feng Shui is about what you see is what you get. And if you're always seeing the kitchen, you're snacky. You want to go eat something, and it will stimulate that. And what happens is if you enter through the rear portion of your home, sometimes like through the garage or a back door, if you enter through an area of your home that has, you have a view of the kitchen immediately, then it will help put that food thought in your mind and stimulate food ideas in your mind. Now that couple that I was talking about, one of their part of their success story was their family room was absolutely directly looking into the kitchen. And when they're watching TV and they're seeing the kitchen over there, they're seeing the refrigerator and ice cream and that kind of stuff, and it made them want to eat. So what they did was they hung a curtain up that cut off the view from the family room to the kitchen. And you can do that with a folding screen or something like that. Or if you enter the house through the kitchen, you can get out of the garage and walk around to the front door. That's really good feng shui, actually, by the way. So find another way to come into the house. If you come into the house and you see the kitchen right away, or even a laundry room is not a good thing, but it can lower your energy. And put a block off the view to the kitchen if you have a constant view to the kitchen. The other thing you can do is improve the yang energy of your home. So we've talked a lot about the kitchen, even things like roosters. If you have red objects that, roosters and things, those will help kind of, call you to the kitchen. So, but let's talk about your home now, because it's really important that you improve the yang energy of your home. And one of the ways you do that is by clearing out excess clutter. So anything that's old or unused will immediately help raise some of the energy of your home. So you want to get rid of that. So we're going to clear that out. Our homes are often, pardon the pun, weighed down by clutter, and we are just like we are by our excess weight. Overweight is your body's way of holding on to excess. Clearing out the clutter in your house could just be what you need to stimulate energy of your home and stimulate energy in your body to boost that potential of letting go of your own extra weight. So really important that we boost that yang energy. If you've got lots of rugs around, or you have countertops that are cluttered and there's lots of mess everywhere, we've got to start moving the chi, and that means we've got to have faster energy. And when you have excess weight, you have lower energy. So getting that faster energy moving in your home will help you get some faster energy moving in your life. And in particular, your eyes, because your eyes are the area that relates to fire. And fire that's metabolism. We want our eyes to move quickly. We don't want them to get stuck on a pile of magazines that have been, building for months in a corner. And this is true for even the clutter you don't see. So if you go, hey, there's no clutter in my house. Well, but if you open the closet, or maybe you have an ottoman, one of the storage ottomans, you've got all kinds of stuff and junk thrown in there. It can also be hidden clutter. So make sure that you clear it out altogether. Another important thing that you're going to want to do is to get rid of old clothes, especially if you have clothes of different sizes. You don't want to have different size clothing because it represents your ability to grow into them, especially if they're sizes that are larger. It's really important that we just pare down the closet of any clothes that we have that represent or symbolize something unattainable, or something that is a negative. So let me explain what I mean by that. So if you have clothing of different sizes, maybe you have clothing in that's sized up, or you have clothing that's sized down, you go, I'm going to lose weight and get into that. Let's talk about the clothing that's sized up. One, we want to get rid of that. Only have clothing that fits you now. That's so key. Now, if you've got a dress that you just absolutely love, or some jeans or whatever. We all have clothing that it used to fit us. We're going to lose weight and get into it. One of the fastest ways you can lose weight is to get rid of the article of clothing that doesn't fit you because it's too tight. Get rid of all the small sizes that you're looking at. Again, only have clothing that fits you now. This is really key. Now, some people say, some diet experts say, find a dress or find an article of clothing that you aspire to. Well, I'm a big believer that, we don't live in the future, we live in the now. So we want to live in the now with our clothing. So get rid of anything that's bigger or smaller that you don't fit into and wear what you have now. It's amazing how getting rid of excess clothing and clothing that doesn't fit you as you are now can make a big difference in your life. It's one of the things that is you've got to do is to be ruthless with that. So make sure if you need a friend to help you take those old clothes out, then do it. Accumulation has become a way of life for many people. We often turn eating and shopping into a recreational activity, and that can cause us to gain weight. And just all that shopping and all that eating is often symbolized by body weight. So by paying attention to our surroundings and making sure they're supportive of our goals, like losing weight, we're more in harmony with our homes and with ourselves. And using those two energies of yin and yang where they're appropriate is another powerful step toward creating the healthy home and body that we desire. So let's talk about your 3 takeaways here. Number 1 is change your view. Make sure that you don't see the kitchen when you enter the house, or that you're constantly looking at the kitchen as if you're relaxing at home in your family room. If it means that you need to turn the sofa or the chairs around so you're not always seeing the kitchen, do that. And if you want to be like my couple that I was talking about, they actually hung a curtain to block that view, and that really helped them take that focus off. The other thing is to make sure that you get rid of excess stuff. Again, whether it's clutter that you see or clutter that's hidden, it needs to go away. So we can start creating more of a yang household. Chances are, if you have excess stuff, maybe your house is too dark too. Open up the windows. Make it a point that every day when you get up, and yes, the decluttering is about getting rid of that yin state, and this tip is about getting rid of the yin state too. Every morning when you get up, open the windows, throw back the blinds, get lots of light and air into the house, whether that's opening windows or turning on a TV. You want to add some yang energy, and decluttering will help your eye visually move across your home more easily, and that creates more fire energy, and that helps you improve your metabolism. And lastly, add some yin energy in the kitchen. So what does that mean? Get rid of that excess white colors, like the big white plates, or if you have red colors or gold colors, that you're going to tone those down. You're going to add blue. Maybe you're going to swap out you can get an inexpensive set of blue plates from Target, or Walmart, and replace those. Maybe you have white plates or red plates or something like that. Make sure that you get a new set of plates. The other is that you add some more yin energy to your food. So that would be like warm broth, or maybe you have a green tea that you drink, and by having some water, warm water is a yin energy. We will help to add some weight to your stomach, because there's a theory that our body responds to the amount of weight that we eat. And if you add soup, make soup a part of your daily meal, whether that's a broth or just some kind of warm liquid. Now, when I say soup, I don't mean cheddar cheese broccoli. That means chicken broth or beef broth or vegetable broth, something like that that's warm that you eat with your food. It will help to hold down some of the appetite. Those are all tips that my couple used to help them lose weight, and I know that you can do it. So get that energy going in the household. Get your yang energy in your household get up, and kind of hold down add a little bit more yin energy in your kitchen, and you'll be buying a smaller size before you know it. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode of 5-Minute Feng Shui. It's been fun being with you, and here's to your diet success. Thanks for listening today to 5-Minute Feng Shui. The Year of the Pig is coming, and I want to share with you where you can find everything you want in the year ahead. That's because the Prosperity Star is coming this year, and it's showering us with a Roman candle of opportunities for money, abundance, and love. And it's all in my annual Feng Shui Forecast Success Pack. You'll get a full year of in-depth Feng Shui details about how to use the energy of the year for success and prosperity. And it's for every house and every zodiac sign. And my forecast also includes lucky clothing colors, handbag, and wallet colors. You'll get a full zodiac report for your Chinese zodiac sign and so much more. Be sure to go to redlotusletter.com/annual for all the details on the Year of the Pig.